Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Epic Evolution kaprosuchus. So let's take a closer look at this review. Well, this figure in general, but I really do like this guy, so we're going to take a closer look. Here's the Epic Evolution logo, Jurassic World logo, Strike Attack. Then if we go up a little bit, you can see the logo at the top in the river biome. Here on the back of the box, which looks very nice. You can see, picture the kaprosuchus here, and some of the other figures that come up in this lineup, with this guy, which I don't know the name of. We have Tujangasaurus, and then we have this hideous velociraptor. And it shows the Jurassic Facts app here, and the action feature again, but that's about it. Let's get this figure out of the box. So now that I cut those wires, we can just take it out of the packaging. And there is our kaprosuchus. Which, let me just adjust the camera. Now we can take a closer look at the actual figure. So, first off, let's take a look at that head. Which looks very nice. Has very large teeth. Then on the inside of the mouth, which we can't really see too well, it's nicely textured and has a pretty good tongue. With a nice pink coloring. Also, we just take a look at all this detailing on its head, which looks very nicely. Then we have the nice osteoderms down its back in crocodilian-like scaling. Though it does have a short tail, actually not too, it's not too bad, even though this tail is quite a bit short. Then we look at the arms, which has some nice osteoderms going down its side. Same for the hind legs. And for the opposing side, it's pretty much the same. For the underside, it also has some really fine, nice detailing on the underside of its chin. And then it gets a little bit softer once we approach down the stomach. And the coloring on this figure is very nice. Like, we have a nice beige, kind of tannish color on the lower jaw and a little bit of the neck. Then that tannish color goes down to the side. Then we have a dark gray on the head, upper body, tail, and legs, and then a nice light blue on most of the stomach, the front limbs, and a little bit on the side, which paired with those white teeth, orange eyes, and light pink mouth makes this figure look very nice. Now let's move on to articulation. So first, the hind legs go backwards and forwards, and then for the forelimbs, they do not move, though that's because it's tied to the action feature. And then the jaw, again, the jaw can open, but that's also tied to the action feature. The tail is on a swivel, of course. And I can also get the scan code up, hopefully. Yeah, there you go. So you guys can add it to your Jurassic Facts app if you'd like to. But yeah, there you go. Let's move on to the actual action feature, which is when you press down on the figure, it opens its mouth, which is very nice. I know originally when these were like kind of the images were just kind of like coming out, I was kind of concerned for the action feature of just pushing the figure down, but it's pretty good. And also, it's good that it just has a nice chomping action feature, nothing crazy. You could just open and the mouth closes. And another thing is the mouth is actually in the closed position, and then when you push it down, the mouth actually opens, which is much better because a lot of people prefer to display their figures with their mouth closed. But now on to the size comparison for this wonderful figure. Let me just adjust the legs real fast. But yeah, there you go. So this figure measures in at roughly 7 inches. And up to the hip is about 2.5 inches. Now let's actually compare this figure to some things. So first, let's compare it to the Dino Tracker's Dachosaurus, which is very similar in size too. Pretty much the same size, in fact. I think the kaprosuchus is just a little bit skinnier. And then next, let's compare it to the Nothosaurus, which, again, they're about the same size. And then after that, we have, let's actually compare them like this, Poposaurus, which looks very good. This one is another Epic Evolution figure, and they're both in the river biome. Then after that, let's compare it to the Sarcosuchus, which absolutely dwarfs this figure in size. And after that, here's it compared to the Epic Evolution Plesiosaurus, which it is quite a bit bigger than. And the Epic Evolution Gryphosuchus, which again looks very nice. These both are very good detailed figures. The only thing I can say is the kaprosuchus teeth are a bit big. They could be a little bit smaller. And also, it would, even though I know this size range doesn't have the rubber teeth, it would still be cool to see them on here. Since Mattel's only putting the rubber teeth on, like, the Roar size figures and upwards. Those are the only ones getting the rubber teeth. But it is still nice, even though these ones are not rubber. And the last thing we're going to be comparing this to, well, one of the last things, here's the next kaprosuchus. Kaprosuchus has a button, which I probably would have preferred a little bit more in the Capro, but to be fair, the kaprosuchus is literally everything the kaprosuchus kind of wanted to be. The kaprosuchus has a very, like, nice detailed head, just the head doesn't look good at all. While on the other hand, kaprosuchus' head looks absolutely wonderful. And I'm not going to compare it to the postosuchus because Mattel decided to make that figure very rare. So now let's compare it to our actual last thing. Here is it next to a human figure and a velociraptor, which you can see that it's a little bit smaller than velociraptor, and it sizes up very nicely with a human figure. But for my final thoughts on this really nice figure, I absolutely love this one, and it's probably one of my favorite Epic Evolution figures. Honestly, like, this is one of the best ones, and honestly, I'm surprised it took them this long to make a kaprosuchus since they did a lot of other kind of more obscure species like Shringosaurus. But yeah, super excited for the Rajasuchus also coming out soon, but anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.